In the last video, we selected a volcanoes video. So if I go back to my content, I already pushed copy, so it should already be here. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and click on it. Now, this first time through, I want to show you that you can actually use what other teachers have already created. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, and I'll show you what I mean. So if I scroll down, I can see that there are 233 other video versions on EdPuzzle. That means at least 233 teachers have used this video in some capacity, and some of them even have questions already built in the appropriate places. That's awesome. So let's just go ahead and see an example for us. Now, if I click on this first one, let's try Lori, see how she does. I can click directly onto the questions. These little pin drops here are her questions. I can also see over here they're all open-ended questions, so it's not going to be self-grading, and maybe that's important to you. Maybe you want them all to be multiple choice questions so that they're automatically graded and you can just move forward with your life. Well, let's just see what kinds of questions she has. Let's say this question says, what did you learn in the exposition of this story? And maybe that's a vocabulary word that my third graders might not know, or my fourth graders even. So if I did use Lori's version, I probably would need to edit the questions to use words that my students would be more familiar with, but that doesn't mean I can't use it. I just need to change a word. Okay, so let me skip that and check out her other questions. What conflict is the volcano facing? I like it, so I could probably use this video. 4 years. Let's see, what's another conflict that the volcano faced? What part of the plot structure is this? Okay, so anyway, you get the idea. You can check out other people's questions, but maybe I don't like Lori's. I want to see what another teacher did, so I can show more. We already know there's 233 versions of this. So let's go ahead and see, I don't know. Let's see what Toby has got for us. So let's check out his question. What stage of the plot is this? Exposition or resolution? I like this. I like that I'm giving the kids vocabulary. Good job, Toby. So I'll just try it. And then what is the setting? Tropical island, right? I can skip it for now. What conflict is the volcano facing? I like these questions. What's another conflict the volcano faced? What part of the plot structure is this? Okay. So anyway, as you can see, I can test them all out, but maybe I like this person's version. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Edit. And I'm going to go to Crop Video. Crop means I can cut a few seconds off the beginning or a few seconds off of the end, also known as trimming. So I could do that. I'm going to click on Play and just see. See, to me, that's kind of setting it up. So I don't want to cut anything off the beginning, but maybe I want to cut off things at the end. Yeah, I kind of do. Let's see. Let's have it play. I can't really cut that off. So actually, I don't need to trim anything. I like it. If I did, all I would do is I would just move these things in, and then the video would start at this point at 35 seconds into the video rather than at 0 seconds. So this is helpful if you want to chop extra time, sometimes with credits and other things. Okay, so that's the first thing that you can do. You can also do voiceover. Now, caution, if you do voiceover, that means you're going to have your voice playing for the entire duration of the entire movie. So there are some examples where this would make sense. There's sometimes where there's a book being read aloud and it's just an actual physical book that somebody videotaped them turning the pages. So you might want to read the story so that your students are familiar with your voice, etc. But if you use voiceover, that is the entire video from end to end. So if you want to just add some audio notes, this is the one you want. So maybe you want to talk to your students at the beginning and be like, hey guys, just wanted you to watch this video. We're practicing our literary elements of a story. Remember words like exposition, climax, resolution. Go ahead and get out your graphic organizer that will help you along the way. Anything like that, you can add those in. So if I did want to add in a note like that, I would just click right here onto the microphone and it would say, do you have permission for me to use your audio? It'll show you this. Can I use your microphone? Sure, allow it. And right now it's actually recording, which is terrifying. Stop. Sure, allow it. And right now it's actually recording, which is terrifying. So basically, you can add these little notes in, and then your students will hear them at those exact points in the movie. So it'll pause the video, say your part, and then keep the video moving. So if you wanted to add in any details, I'm going to remove that because it is terrible. So audio notes, I can see the purpose for them. I probably won't. I will probably mostly just do quiz questions. So if I go to quiz questions, I can click on the quiz questions that this teacher has already created. He already, or she, I forget, I think it was Toby. I guess that could be a girl or a boy. These are the questions that he asked. Maybe I don't like this question, so I'm going to go to edit. Maybe I think there's just too many. So I like this one, what stage of the plot, but if I go to the next question, what is the setting? To me, that is a little bit ambiguous, but this one, there's just too many questions, so I'm going to delete one. I think 2 is perfectly fine for that part. I'm going to click save. So now there's only 2 questions. If I wanted to change the type of question, I can also do that. So this one's multiple choice, and if I want it to be multiple choice again, I can just click on the multiple choice part, and it turns it into one. So what is the setting? I can say Antarctica. I can spell it Antarctica. I'm killing this word, guys. And then, or I could say it's probably in Canada. These are both wrong, and I can add another answer, and I can say tropical islands, and that's the correct answer. So as you can see, you can adjust, you can add links, you can put pictures in, you can change the question as well. So now I've changed it into a self-grading question. So I said these 2 are wrong, this one's correct, and I can push save. Perfect. Okay, so I used the question that the original author had used, but I changed it to a question that I liked better. So I can go to these ones. What conflict is the volcano facing? I like that. That can be open-ended, so my kids can answer however they feel. What's another conflict that the volcano face? What part of the plot structure is this? To me, that's 2 different questions, and I want it to be graded as 2 different questions. So I'm going to go to Edit, select it, cut it, and I'm going to add a new question. So that they're 2 different questions. I don't want just one. That way I can grade them individually. What's another conflict of the volcano face? Answer. What part of the plot structure is this? Answer. Okay, I like that much better. I don't want this question. Delete. Yes, delete. And now it's gone. You can see that it's physically gone. What is the climax of the story? And the students can answer. What is the falling action? What is the resolution? And if I wanted to add in any other question, I could click anywhere in this. Now she was so ready. And I can just click this button right here on the bottom. The ones on the top are already, these ones already exist. I click on the bottom and push the question mark. Now I can type in a new one. So there's 3 different types that you can do. You can ask an open-ended question, a multiple choice question, and this is just a comment. So if you wanted it to be, like, say, pay special attention to, I don't even know, the coloring or the like of the lighting above her face to make her look more angelic, or whatever you want to say, whatever you're trying to draw attention to. This will just show up in the margin for your students, and then it'll like pause the video, they'll see it, and then they'll have to click past it. So if you want to just say a little note or say pay special attention to this, you can do that as well. Okay, I don't actually want this, so I'm going to delete it. But anyway, you can see that that's it. So you can, just to recap, crop video literally just cuts the first couple seconds or last couple seconds off of your video. So if there's a really long introduction, you can chop it so that it goes straight to the part that you want. Or if it kind of has a lot of credits at the end or just fades out and has way too many things, you can chop it and just show the 35 seconds that are the most important or whatever. VoiceOver adds voice to the entire movie, start to finish. So there will be none of the original sound, no singing, no anything. Audio notes, if you just want to add your own voice into certain parts of the video, you can. It'll pause the video, play your little voice part, and keep going. Or if you want to have some checks for understanding or make it a quiz, you can do that as well. And there's 3 types of questions. You can have multiple choice questions, you can have open-ended questions, or you can just have regular comments. When you think that you're satisfied with how this is going, you're going to push finish. And right away, you can assign it to a class. Right now, none of you have any classes. So we're going to just say that we can do that later if you wanted to, or we can add a new class right here, right now, and get started. For now, I'm just going to push. Oh, sorry, important. You can have a due date if you want to. You can say, okay, it starts today, and then I'm not going to accept any other submissions after November 5th at midnight, basically. This is very, very, very important. This prevents your students from clicking through the video at will. They are forced to watch it from start to finish, and they can rewatch certain parts, but they can't skip ahead. They can't just go straight to the questions and things like that, which is important. You want your students to hear and see all of the video. You spent so much time creating it. Why would you let them skip past it? You can turn on closed captioning if you want. It will force them to have it, or you can just teach them how to turn it on for themselves. Okay. Oh, it didn't save it. How weird. Okay, so I'm going to push that I want to assign it later, and you can see this is the one I originally saved, and I didn't actually use it, so I'm just going to delete it. Delete. Lava plot structure, that's the one I swooped up from somebody else, and that was the one that had 8 questions. I'm going to keep that one, and I'll show you how to assign it in just a moment.